The latest fad in eggshells on a chocolate Easter egg. Haute Couture's extravagant fashion designs inspired Walter Musco, a confectioner in Rome, to create 60 giant Easter eggs based on pieces by big-name fashion designers. Colorful zigzags are a familiar pattern by the Italian Missoni fashion house. A tribute to Karl Lagerfeld. A chocolate corset in the style of French fashion maven Jean-Paul Gaultier. And an egg inspired by British designer Alexander McQueen, a skull to sink your teeth into by Walter Musco.
We used tempered fudge chocolate and molding chocolate for the roses. Then we added gold leaf that's edible at 24 degrees Celsius. It took 4 to 5 days of work, and the finished piece weighs 7 kilos. It was extremely difficult to reproduce the cranium's anatomy.
The time and effort put into these unique items are reflected in the prices, ranging from 150 to 500 euros. In the heart of Rome, near the Colosseum, Walter Musco consults a fashion maker friend for advice on his latest Easter egg collection. Designer Luigi Borbone recommends this lady's jacket trimmed in rhinestone.
Here you can see how I laid out the geometric patterns. They're arranged like the ancient Roman mosaic floors. The color combination is also striking. Here we have gold and black and grey stones.
I'll use cocoa butter and make the egg cream-colored here as well.
Walter Musco has his workshop in South Rome. The base for this creation is an egg out of white chocolate. To make the stones, Musco uses isomalt sugar substitute. The confectioner also studies designs by great 20th century couturiers for ideas for his chocolate sculptures. Among others, the avant-garde concepts of Spanish fashion designer Cristobal Balenciaga have drawn his attention.
Throughout history, fashion hasn't always been tailored to the human body in practical ways, but turned into genuine artworks. We've also succeeded in eliminating the anatomical shape of the human body as well as the original shape of the egg.
Walter Musco and his confectionery team have been at work on the Easter egg collection for weeks. The strips are affixed to this egg by spraying on frappéd white chocolate. Afterwards, a color coating is applied.
We use natural colorings, but it's hard to mix them to produce new colors. They're just pigments dissolved in alcohol. Then we brush the eggs like a painter would to create lines and decoration, or whatever we need.
The confectioner has come up with something special for every Easter since 2011. This year the theme was fashion, but he also finds inspiration in architecture, film and literature. In 2013, he took his subjects from early modernist art. For many Christians, Easter is the year's most important festival. Tourists come from around the world for the celebration on St. Peter's Square in the Vatican. Eggs are a part of Easter. They stand for the resurrection of Christ. Fashion models decorate the window of this sweets shop for Musco's unveiling of his exquisite giant Easter eggs. Their humor and beauty are a departure from Easter's somber religious overtones. Luigi Barbone's design is also on display.
I think their work is fantastic. The way my research has been integrated here. The couture of the 1950s. Like my grandmother first taught me.
They're wonderful and one of a kind. Real artworks.
They're delicious, but even nicer to look at.
These Easter eggs are great. Let's hope for another surprise next year and that it turns out to be just as good.
Whichever fashion design is served as a muse, Versace, Paco Rabanne or Dolce & Gabbana, Walter Musco's creations prove that even eggs can be a fashion statement.